What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. Got all your Juve news, and there's a ton to tackle. We got new targets for our transfer list. We got hope that still lives on for 2 targets that were around during the winter mercado, and 7 certainties for Juve's 24-25 roster, and a couple names shockingly omitted. Well, is it shocking? We're going to get into it, all right? Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first, Zaccagni, who has been linked with Juventus. Apparently, all signs now are pointing to a renewal with Lazio, all right? But we have another target added to our list, and that is Sildilia from Freiburg. He is added to the list, much like Mazraoui from yesterday, if a move is made for Timothy Weah, which there is still a ton of speculation that he could in fact be leaving Juventus this summer. We will obviously have eyes on that, but hope still lives on for 2 targets around Juventus, one being Samardzic and the other being Khéphren Thuram, which will excite many Juventini. All right, so Samardzic, long been speculated that there is an agreement already in place between the player, his father / agent, and Juventus. All right, so this one is kind of one that we all feel is going to be revisited in the summer. Khéphren Thuram, though, seemed like it was laid to rest. He does have a big price tag. 60 million euros is what it was last summer. Probably going to increase after his season thus far. However, Juve is going to be making some sales this summer. That is pretty much a certainty. And we have a lot of young talents doing well. Is Juve going to sell some of these young talents in order to facilitate some moves? Well, Barnechea's name is coming up, all right, and he apparently could be used in a move to bring in one of Goodmanson or potentially Calafiori, all right? So for me, he is a natural 6, Barnechea, and he could distribute with left and right foot. I would love to see him remain and try to find room there. However, I would completely understand if Juventus used him, because we do have to work intelligently while still climbing out of the 123 million euro debt that we have. So I would understand it. I don't want to see it, but I would understand it, all right? Now, as far as Huijsen and Sule, they're both tagged around a combined value of 65 million euros. I think that's close, but I think it's a little bit higher. I think Sule on his own stands alone at minimum 40 million euros, all right? But that aside, Juve might be looking to sell one of these players in order to facilitate a move. For me, I still stand firm that I think Sule is only dealt depending on what happens with Federico Chiesa, which we will get to in a bit here, all right? Huijsen, I think, is untouchable at Juventus. But the question I will pose to all of you is this, all right? If Juventus has to sell one, let's say we have to sell one of these 2 players, which I don't think we're going to be in a have-to scenario, but let's say we are. Which one would you sell and why? That's a tough one. Hit me in the comments with your answer, all right? Now, we get to, like I said, Federico Chiesa. We've got 7 certainties for next year's roster, all right? Here are the names: Bremer, Danilo, Giallo, Locatelli. We've got Fagioli, Cambiaso, and Yildiz. All right, so the 2 big names obviously not on there, Vlahovic and Chiesa. Is this shocking? It looks shocking when you see it laid out for you there, but it really shouldn't be. There are question marks there. There's a lot of uncertainty around Chiesa and what he wants for his future. And then as far as Vlahovic goes, that salary is going to be a kicker. I think he's done a hell of a job in 2024 to start off this calendar year in providing a fight as to why he should be remaining, all right, even despite that big salary. But these are question marks Juve is going to have to address. They have a long list of difficult decisions ahead of them, but those 2 not finding their names on the certainties for next season. And Bremer is in there, which can also be listed as potentially an uncertainty, as Man United is set to press for him in the summer. Still way too many sources stating that 70 million is a price that Juve would consider. I cannot see that happening, and I hope that is not the case, all right? We've got rumors leading up to our next game against Frosinone, and that is that De Sciglio is hurt again. in training and needs a few days minimum to recover. This guy just isn't even real at this point. Like, I don't even think this is a real person right now, okay? But anyways, De Sciglio is hurt again. But we have more rumors coming out of something that I deem more plausible to see out of Max Allegri, and that is a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-1-2 utilizing Chiesa and Vlahovic with Yildiz as the third attacker, all right? So for me, this is an easy yes, please. Let's just see it. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's stop toying with it. Let's just put it out there and see. And it is a very, very subtle change from the 3-5-2 which we have been playing. So just grip it and rip it. Pull the trigger. Let's see what happens, all right? No more fear. We're in a funk. We got to snap out of it. I say pull the trigger. Let's see the 3-4-3 in action, all right? Juventini, this is your daily update. You guys know the drill. Like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you're a Juventino or Juventina, and most of all, let me know what you think about all the news you heard, and let's mix it up today, all right? Until tomorrow, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juve. Ciao a tutti.